This is the neighborhood of Maakri in Tallinn. It's not a usual neighborhood you would find in most Baltic cities because it's full of high-rise buildings, which is quite unusual. This has just been built over the last year or so. There used to be a river flowing through this area, which has become a sewer now. And on that river there were mills and a leather factory at one point. Now it's the business center. And this is the Livalaya, one of the main streets here in downtown Tallinn. Now we begin to walk towards the market and all the Soviet buildings that surround it, and until we get to the bus station. This is the market I was talking about. I'm not going to go inside. It looks closed too. Yeah, it's closed. One of the things about these buildings is that because they were built in a time where they weren't worried about heating, there is no insulation. There's just these blocks of cement. There is one part of the building which is particularly prone to losing heat, which is the side of the building, which is why on these Soviet buildings you always find, or whenever there's been any kind of renovation, the first thing they put up is insulation on the sides. Often they'll decorate it with a mural or something to make it look a little bit more colorful, less gray and Soviet looking. Here we have a 5-floor building with a Soviet style storefront. This is actually quite good area because it's right close to downtown, and I imagine that the apartments are cheaper, although they probably aren't so cheap because it is close to downtown. So this is one of the buildings that has been renovated, as opposed to the older building that haven't been renovated yet. So here we have something that maybe was built in around 1900, and behind it we have things from the Soviet era. During Soviet times, these buildings would have been in really bad condition because nobody paid attention to them. Now there's more money allocated to fixing things up and cutting the grass and taking care of details that nobody really bothered about. Here they're renovating a school. There's lots of renovation going on in Estonia. There's another insulation layer on the side of a Soviet building, and as you can see, they get quite creative. Yikes. It's gonna explode. They weren't very accurate when they were putting these things together, but it doesn't make much of a difference, does it? Tough, solid building. All right. This is the future. The future. They don't even need paint. It's just that lovely gray color they have. They don't need paint. Why would you need to paint something like this? Just leave it. It fits in perfectly with the gray sky. There are many older buildings in Tallinn which come from pre-Soviet era, made of wood. We're going to go past a church now, which is here in the Maakri district. Well, they actually painted it. It must be Russian Orthodox, because the only churches that they pay attention to here seem to be Russian Orthodox. And there we go. Here we have more wooden houses. I actually looked at an apartment, a flat in here once, and there was no heating. It was just electric heating. They're not in the best condition, these apartments usually, as you can probably tell by the outside. It's an abandoned wooden building, as you can see here. Look at that. This is a national monument. They can't tear it down. They're not taking very good care of it, though. Even though it is a national monument, it does look quite interesting. I guess if you renovated it, it would be pretty cool. Yeah.